This is the best team I've ever been a part of. I've been on good teams. I've been on not so good teams. But this team especially, we have pretty much everything you need to have on the field. My immediate reaction to that, I'm looking right at Shefty. Go ahead. I'm going to give you the first word. Go ahead.
It makes it even more disappointing that Andrew Luck would walk away when the opportunity was right there in front of them with this team being that good.
This was a Super Bowl team.
Correct.
But this is what I'm going to say. This, for T.Y. Hilton, is one of those things that he has to say because it's the right thing to say, and everyone knows he doesn't actually mean it. No team in history has lost Andrew Luck and gotten better, because we spent all day yesterday debating, well, is Jared Goff really worth all that money? Is Dak Prescott really worth all that money? There were a very small handful of quarterbacks that you put them on any team in the league, and that team is a threat to win it all. Andrew Luck was that guy. Jacoby Brissett may wind up being very good. He's not going to be Andrew Luck.
No, I agree with you. This team is not as good, but I think it's more well-rounded, and it's more complete than any other team. So I think that they have a chance to have a good run and potentially have a long shot to make the playoffs, but I think you're right. He may really believe this in his heart, but there's no way that this team is better now than any other team with Andrew Luck at the helm.
They've done a great job at building up all the things they had to do to surround Andrew Luck with talent. They built up the offensive line. They fortified the defense. And just when they got all the parts in place for them and for the quarterback then decides to retire, which is his prerogative. And of course, now it's up to the rest of the team to fight. Still a good team. But again, sometimes you need a great quarterback to make that next step.
But hold on, I disagree with the notion that he had to say that. People would be fine if he came out and said, look, we lost our best player. It's going to be rough, but we're going to come together as a team. I don't think he had to say it. I think he does mean it. I don't think he means that they're better than they were last week.
He believes it.
He believes that they're better as a team than they were last year, to your point about being more well-rounded. Because first of all, I don't think he's trying to take a shot at Andrew. Like you said, that's his best friend.
Yeah.
I don't think he felt like he had to say that. I think he probably means, like, hold up, guys. Everybody's acting like now we're garbage because we lost Andrew. We're still a great team.
Listen, the last time that Jacoby Brissett, this is a different team from when Jacoby Brissett played in 2017 as opposed to 2019. Why? Because the infrastructure of the whole organization is just a lot better. Better line, better defense.
Better coach.
Better coach. GM, one of the best in the league. So if you're looking at it from a macro perspective, this is still a really good football team.
But in a league where quarterback is so disproportionately important, again, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm criticizing T.Y. Hilton for what he said. I'm merely pointing out the obvious, and that is that the Colts went from being a Super Bowl favorite to being one that would now surprise a lot of people if they went that deep, because Andrew Luck was one of maybe 4 or 5 quarterbacks who make that much of a difference. Does anyone disagree with that?
No, no one disagrees with that. And I think it would surprise a lot of people if they made it to the championship game. But I don't think it would surprise a lot of people if they won the division and made it to the playoffs. I think people believe that Jacoby Brissett is around average or a little bit above average, and they think the rest of that team surrounding him is above average. So that's enough to get you into the playoffs.
So if they have an above-average quarterback and an above-average team, they should be above average in every element with a chance to make a real playoff. I think it's a playoff caliber team. But I think everybody here would agree that they're not going to go as far without Andrew as they would with Jacoby.
And you talked about a second ago that you believe that he sincerely believes that. And I think I do too. I think we talked earlier about the psychology of football players when we were talking about the Cardinals situation. This is part of the psychology of a football player and a football team, is you believe that your team has a chance. And I think he has good reason to believe that with the young talent that they have on that offensive line and the young talent that they have on that defense and a quarterback who you can trust to make some plays when you need to. So they have a chance, but you're right, Greeny. Where we started, they're not better without Andrew.
Look, I mean, I sat here with how many people early in the month of August predicting the Colts going to the Super Bowl, Luck to be the MVP of the league. That was a pretty popular pick and a pretty popular conception about what this season was going to be. I don't hear a lot of that anymore.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.